show. Tomorrow 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 show. Oh yeah. Tomorrow show. Yeah, we're good. Yeah. You got that singer. You're gonna sing that live, right? You do that?
The Tomorrow Show.
Oh shit, that's probably good.
Woo! The Tomorrow Show.
That's awesome. Yeah!
Hello.
What's up? What's up, Twitch? What's up, everybody? I'm Mike.
I'm Erin.
I'm AC.
This is the Tomorrow Show on the Hope for Us network. So, what's new?
Oh.
Share it. Share the broadcast. Tell people to get in here. Party's starting. All right. If you haven't seen the show before, this is episode 7. Episode lucky number 7.
I don't believe it's been that many.
Can you believe it?
That is amazing.
That's a lot
7
already.
episodes.
Yeah.
And sorry I'm in the way, but I'm just trying to get this all set up. Should have done that first, huh? But yeah, we're really excited to be here. We just had our turkey days. How was everybody's turkey day? What'd you do?
We got to see some family with a baby and dogs.
Baby,
and I was trying
dogs.
not to look too obsessed at the baby all day. I was like trying not to follow her around. She was so cute.
Yeah, you're pretty good. You're pretty good with a baby.
You were too.
I got the baby touch.
You do.
Okay.
That sounds weird.
A little weird.
I get a hold of baby. I had little cousins.
You're a dog whisperer and a baby whisperer.
Yeah.
Whisperer.
That doesn't mean that babies don't cry sometimes when I'm holding them. Babies cry.
Babies cry.
They don't know how to talk yet, so they're like, ah, it sucks. Can't wait to talk. But yeah, it was really nice to spend time with family. That if you were to ask me what got me through the week, I think that was part of it. I like a good old fashioned feast.
Yep.
But this was cool because this year we didn't have to be separated like last year. Last year on Thanksgiving holiday, we had our meal here with my sister.
Oh yeah, I was just gonna be like, I have no idea what we did, but yes, now I remember.
My sister came over
We
with
were on
just
Zoom.
us. We were on Zoom with
Yeah.
the other big contingent of our family and just riding out the whole pandemic thing.
This is Gandalf.
Oh, there's our cat, Gandalf. He was here for last Thanksgiving. He was
a
pretty fresh. He was a
baby.
baby. What did you do last Thanksgiving? You were just kicking it
Just at home.
at home, right?
Did you get to? Did
And
you get
this
to
year-
see people this year?
No, not really.
Yeah.
You
No.
you got to take a trip. You got
No.
you
I
were looking forward to it. You were just disappointed it wasn't for longer, right?
I did things. It was, much different from last year. It was nice.
It seems like maybe next year will be even like a little more possibilities to feel some normalcy, but I'll take what I can get for this year. That was cool.
Yeah.
I'm
going to Disney World next year.
You're gonna go to Disney World?
For Thanksgiving.
It's a great time to go, I
Why
bet.
not?
Why not? Have you ever been to Disney World?
Like when I was really young.
I've never been to Disney World. I went to Disneyland.
We're talking
once.
Orlando, Disney World, right?
Disney World's in Florida.
Orlando,
Disneyland
Florida.
is-
Yeah.
Disneyland,
I've
Los
never-
Angeles.
Since I grew up out west, we didn't go to Florida, so
Yeah.
I went.
Did you do Disneyland?
I did Disneyland when I was 4.5 or 5. I was like, and I barely remember it.
Okay.
But I do remember just wanting to go on the Peter Pan ride over and over again.
Yeah,
I was obsessed with Peter Pan, and
flying's
I was like,
cool.
We're flying!
I never want to grow up on Peter Pan. I have powers of flying. I have flight powers. Have you ever thought about what kind of superpower you would want? Would it be like Peter Pan, the power of flight?
No.
I'm glad you asked this question.
Yeah.
I would want to fly.
Okay.
And be invincible.
Fly and being invincible. Yeah, that's not asking so much, right? You'd be amazing. You'd be unstoppable.
I would want to. I like the invisible.
Being invisible. Are we saying invisible or invincible? I didn't want to.
They can't see you.
Invisible.
Yeah.
So you guys both want to have invisibility.
I think that would be cool because you could just. Actually, no. I would want to be able to just. It's not really time travel, but I'm just like. Ooh. I'm somewhere else.
Like
that'd be cool.
Whatever that's called.
Teleporting?
Yeah, teleportation.
That'd be cool.
That's what I want. Yeah. Because then I could just be like, I'm going to Paris.
Quantum leap.
I'm going to South Africa. I'm gonna go to
You'd
the
be like
national park in Kenya with all the elephants.
Was it I Dream of Jeannie? That lady that would be like and wiggle her nose and shit. Yeah, totally.
Also, like sort of being able to pause moments in time would be good.
Manipulating time and space, are some pretty excellent powers.
What about you?
I think I would want to be able to, probably flight. Don't get me wrong, super cool. So I want that.
Yeah.
But I also want to think outside the box here.
Yeah. I
think it would be really cool to be able to shoot lightning bolts out of my hands.
But for what?
Just because it's cool.
How
about
No, I could use it for good by charging up a big old town-sized battery. And be like, here's your power.
Okay.
Also, along those lines, I think it would be really cool to turn myself into like some sort of like trash magnet, and then I could pick up the oceans and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like you just clean. You could
like I just like switch my shit on, and I'm like trash magnet, and all that shit comes at me, and then I walk out of the ocean. Just
okay. Here's my question: why wouldn't you just like?
Because I'm thinking outside the box.
Okay, why wouldn't? But if you're thinking outside the box, why wouldn't you just like make it all disappear?
Yeah, because once
don't sit on Gandy's or
because once all the trash gets whatnotted to you, where does it go? What do you do with it?
Well, then I also have the lightning coming out of my hands, so I'm just like pa pa za za za, and it explodes it all. So
you're like burning it.
I don't know. It's more vaporizing. It's very clean. It's a clean kind of.
You leave that doggy alone.
I don't know. You guys put me on the spot. I put you on the spot.
Hollywood could make that work. We could make that into something.
Yeah, but really, like, I think flight's probably the coolest. I think mind reading would be cool, but not. You know.
Here's one for you.
Yeah, I don't want to know people's thoughts.
Would either one of you be down with what's that called? Is it shape shifting?
Shape shifting, being able like Mystique.
You go from one person to like you change into like a reptile.
I would want to,
or you like change into like someone else or something weird.
What was that?
Mystique, right?
What was that show called? It was a show, but also books. Animorphs.
Ooh.
I don't know if anyone read those.
Well, maybe there might be some Animorph and then I think they followers
made it
out there.
Into like a crappy show. But each one would have like an animal that they would become. The book I had was like a guy who turned into a cheetah, but I would want to become like different animals at will. You know, like I wouldn't want to become the same animal. I'd want to be like,
you do like an assortment of animals to choose from.
Yeah.
As you
know, it's like if I was
interesting
by the sea, then I could become a seal.
Yeah. Network slam dunk by our lovely network.
Yeah.
All right.
Works so quick.
All right.
Amazing.
Look at that.
Amazing.
I don't know why he was already
those look like they'd be a good read. A little escapism.
Pretty fun. But I'd be like, oh, I'm an otter. Oh, I'm a whale.
I would like to be able to talk to the animals.
Maybe that's narwhal.
Maybe that's my thing. Is my special power is that it would be like me and Minnie could talk, or me and Gandhi could have a full conversation, and they'd be like, "Yeah, it kind of sucks when you're gone a long time," and they voice their opinions to me, and I go, "Oh yeah, I get why you act out sometimes and knock things over, like plants,
or TVs,
or jars, or anything you can break." So, but that's awesome. And the reason that we kind of veered off on that power of flight, who knows? But
yeah, that was fun.
It's little things like that get you through the week too.
Yeah.
Silly conversations with your friends.
Yeah.
I totally want to fly.
Being creative. Yeah.
I feel like it would be really scary to fly, but really, really cool.
Well, if you
I guess you'd get used to it.
You would have to practice in like a field of nice wispy
pompous
grasses, so that you can crash land okay.
Yeah.
Or maybe they'd let you at the gymnastics academy like test out like with all the cushy foam pits and stuff. They used to have birthday parties at the gymnastics academy. They'd open the playroom and you'd just like jump off trampolines and crazy shit like that. So
trampolines.
Yeah.
I think one of the reasons why I picked wanting to fly is because when I was growing up in childcare, one of the movies that they made us watch all the time was a movie called The Boy Who Could Fly. Super old movie. And eventually, at the end of the movie, the kid ends up flying, which is not really realistic. I don't know why they showed that movie to like a bunch of kids, like making them think that they could fly.
Yeah,
that'd be horrible if one of us tried it one day.
Wow, it's funny.
Flyboy makes me think of Hebrew Brantley, the street artist here in Chicago.
Oh,
and that kind of reminds me of a segment that we have returning on this episode. We have Searching for Goodness coming back on this episode, so that's cool.
Yep.
Putting together segments like that often gets me through the week and helps me kind of feel like pleased, like subtly pleased with myself. Because when you are kicking your own ass mentally, as we do sometimes, it's good to find little things that get you through to tomorrow, like making a little video of an adventure you took, exploring the kind of subtle beauty of the city. So we'll get into that a little later. What else we got coming up on the show?
We're gonna maybe jam. We'll see. Might have a little
jam?
Experimental jam, and I'm gonna talk about some of the pieces in my little collection of stuff.
Sweet. So yeah, Theory and Beats. We're gonna experiment live. Show you some ways without all the additional production that you can make music. And you can kind of imbue some of those ideas into how you live your life too. And then, I'm so excited for Nature is Amazing, and so are you. Because we've been talking about taking a tour of your mini museum now for a couple episodes. It's a cool little case. It's a cool little case. You got any questions about that thing that you're thinking about asking later in the show?
I'm gonna save them.
You're gonna save them, yeah. I hope so.
Gandalf loves AC.
Yeah, Uncle AC and Gandhi forever. And you know what? We're also going to get into just a little bit of the current events of the day with the good, the bad, and the helpers. You want to do it?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, let's do it. All right. So last episode, we talked a lot about ways you can help out since it was Veterans Day and World Kindness Day, and the holiday was approaching. But we also reminded people that all of those things where you're giving back to your community, you're caring about a certain identifying group of the community like veterans, those can apply to Native Heritage as well. It's Native Heritage Month all November, and you should also educate yourself about Native Heritage, living as Americans. You should do that all year. There's lots to learn, and lots of unique challenges that different groups of the population face, that you should be aware of. And if you're not, it's okay. You always learn by reading, talking.
I'll be right back. You continue. Okay. I just got an idea. I'll be right back.
You got an idea?
Yeah.
Just got an idea, dude.
But continue.
I will continue. And then we wanted to just remind you of some of the news that's going on in the network. There's some really, really cool posts every single day on the social media platforms of the Hope for Us network. So we want you to like and subscribe and follow and do all the things that you do on social media. We want you to be able to bring your Twitch community into the network, connecting the dots. And along those lines, if you were on the Instagram page of the Hope for Us network, the 20th of this month, just a few days ago, was International Survivors of Suicide Loss Day. And why that's important, there's a lot of people affected that don't really feel comfortable talking about the fact that they've been affected in their family or in their neighborhood or in their school or community, having lost someone to suicide. And so there's an international day that kind of honors those people that are dealing with that trauma, dealing with the things that are kind of difficult to process when you're not allowed to talk about these things in group settings. There's a lot of stigma surrounding suicide, so there's a lot of stigma surrounding the grief that accompanies said losses that happen this way. So really important just to there we go. Looks like we're better. Looks like we're back. But yeah, it's important to honor all of these individuals in our community that potentially are grieving because there's no time limit on something like that. I recently lost somebody who had a very full life, didn't lose him to suicide or anything like that, but that grief can probably last. Yeah, so grief can last as long as it needs to, and it could be with you forever, but it changes. And kind of when there's a lot of difficulty in your lives, it's really important to kind of think about other people that have unique things they're dealing with. And this is just one way that you can do that as a community, being aware of said days and making sure that you reach out to those in your life that maybe are dealing with a particular kind of grief, whatever that may be. Some other exciting stuff that happened on the network was that info was dropped about Art Gives Us Hope.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's going to be awesome.
So that's going to be happening in the middle of December. It's a weekend, December 17th to December 19th. It's going to be a lot of cool celebration of self-expression. And there's going to be full days of programming. So if you check it out, you go over that Instagram, you can see that it's going to be a festival. It's going to showcase a bunch of different intersectional platforms, and there'll be music, there'll be social impact, there'll be films and art and all sorts of different panels and interactive experiences. So that full talent list is coming up right around the bend on Wednesday. December
Awesome.
1st. So that's pretty cool. So make sure you follow for all the updates and you get involved in that. The Tomorrow Show will be a featured part of the Sunday programming in the festival, and we're excited to really get down with y'all and try to bring some hope to our communities in a million different ways. So, did you want to tell people what idea you had and you ran off and
Yeah. So I
unplugged things for? I mean, it's like,
sorry,
it's worth it.
I know.
It's worth it.
So the thing that gave me the idea is this book. So it's
It's a good one.
written by a Indigenous American, and well, I guess that's not how you would say it at all, because
Indigenous
America
American.
is
Yeah, I mean, Native American or someone who is First Nations or
right. So
as long as you're trying to like have like genuine and sincere appreciation, respect for the culture, I think there's some leeway that you'd be granted by any Native person. You might be like the effort that you're simply making to think about what you would call them is respect in its own right. So if you're just learning that type of stuff, keep going. So
this author, there's like this series of books, and there's one for like African Americans too, and they are like revisionist history that tell the truth. So so like that gave me that idea, and then I was like, oh, but I also have a few other just like I find
Thank you, Network.
I have like a big interest
link
in
to buy the book if you'd
that's so
to
awesome.
read or buy it.
Thank you. Yeah, this is like a photo archive book of this guy Edward Curtis, who was a white man. I'm always expecting to hear something problematic about him, but I haven't.
There's only been positive.
But so I don't know. So if anybody does know, holler at me. But he went all around the States in like the early 1900s, and he just took photos with their permission of lots of different tribes from he went everywhere
documenting their culture.
It's really cool because it's all documented, and some of the stuff is gone now. Some of these ways of life are gone. Some of these ways of dressing are gone. So he just took photos of all these people, and so that's just really neat to look at.
There's good stuff in there,
and he talks about it. So
don't forget Native Heritage Month, right? And learn some stuff. Get some
and then
books.
This is just myths and legends that I think it's kind of an older book, but it just talks about here's a Cherokee story, here's something. So this one says, for instance, the origin of this tale is not precise. Ella Clark only notes that it comes from a Western Rocky Mountain tribe. So this writer historian, went around collecting stories from different tribes. And since they were passed down verbally, there might not be who would you buy? It would just be an oral tale. So so that's also really cool. So there's stuff like that.
Awesome.
And
what's that last one?
This last one is by this great author who let's see, she's Turtle Mountain Band of Chippewa from Minnesota, and she's won a Pulitzer Prize. The Roundhouse is probably her most famous book. So I haven't read this yet, but I just got it. It's her newest book out this year. And she just writes about Indigenous people in her fiction. So she tells those kind of fictional stories that kind connect you to, you know,
Yeah.
that culture. So yeah, I just like got this idea real quick to go run around the house and collect
sure.
those. But yeah, there's like lots of cool different ways you can learn about different cultures, you know.
And if you're unsure, there's reading lists galore. Like
Absolutely.
here in Chicago, there's Semicolon Books. They have great resources if you don't know where the hell to start. Instead of just going on the internet and reading like maybe something that's not accurate or not helpful, it's a good place to ask for that help and put in some time. Stories from other people, other ways of life. It's really important. So, yeah, don't forget that. With the holidays coming, we want to highlight a couple of the initiatives that we talked about on last episode too. One of our favorites, Coffee, Hip Hop, and Mental Health. There you go. You can see it down there. They have some really cool Christmas initiatives. So you can check out cwhamh.com/12-25, like Christmas, which is my birthday. Just a side note.
Mike is Santa.
So yeah, it's pretty cool that if you go to that, you can send them a wish list. You can also take the time to if you have like a little more to give or whatever, you can adopt a wish list. You can volunteer, helping with the packing and all that stuff. So really, really cool stuff. Let me make sure we're not forgetting anything. They've been running a grief and resilience group. I think they did their 4th session already. So check that out. Check out their social medias to follow up on their conversations that they have, because it's really, really cool. Yeah, and I mean, can't say enough good stuff about them. There is a collections items that they're like, they want brand new toys and clothing and stuff like that, jackets that correspond with this initiative. So if you have time to drop off those items at the Lululemon store, or just want to go there to buy a cup of coffee and see what it's all about, you're helping Christopher Lamarck and his team really do some cool shit, some direct impact in the city. So that's awesome. And the other one we talked about last week, People Over Profit, is this mutual aid group in Humboldt Park. They did a sandwich making meetup on Black Wednesday, so that's pretty cool. I hope that went well. And that's another really small thing when you think about it. Investing as a community to make some sandwiches and hand them out to people that don't have those means to feed themselves. So that's on Division, 2712 Division Street.
Such a good idea.
Pretty awesome. But what I want to highlight about them is their winter coat and outerwear drive there. If you go to their Instagram, you go to their grid, click on that, and see that if you are trying to kind of like go through your things and make some room, and you want to help keep some people warm here in Chicago, gently used items, please clean them. But yeah, by all means, anything warm. You know it gets cold here in Chicago, and you know that there are people that are unhoused. So please join in the efforts to help the community and get down with some mutual aid. I'm gonna bring a bunch of stuff over. I went through a bunch of Gramps' gear and kept what I'm gonna keep, because that was kind of part of my grieving process. For those of you maybe just watching, I lost my grandpa, who was 91, and got a bunch of his clothes. So we're gonna bring a bunch of that warm stuff, and we're gonna clean out some of our stuff too.
Yeah, I definitely have some stuff to.
If you got anything that you want to donate, we can throw down on a big old donation. So.
Yeah, we can always take it for you.
So head on over there during their opening hours if you've got stuff to donate yourself. And that's about it. Just some reminders. But of course,
that's awesome.
The most current of the news from the network is this delightful post that really encompasses everything we mean by the good, the bad, and the helpers from 3 days ago about safeguarding your mental health during the holidays. This is a good post. This is a bad thing that exists for a lot of individuals. And this is a helpful post with resources and some ideas to kind of like discuss with yourself in private, or to discuss with you and your family, or maybe your spouse or your closest people, because safeguarding your mental health during the holidays is maybe not something that you think to talk about, or maybe it's not something you feel comfortable talking about. So,
well, I think like our generation is, after our parents' generation.
Sure.
I think they would just like struggle through that stuff, and it would be really stressful for them, and they'd probably take it out on us. So personally, it's like, it's one of those things that like our generation is getting to this point where it's like, okay, let's talk about this and talk about how we can like look after ourselves really for like the well-being of all of our loved ones.
It's true.
So, it's like, yeah, that's one of those things that's really cool that I think.
Yeah, so let's get into it a little more deep tissue, because like that can mean a lot of things, but in our common living nightmare that has been the pandemic shifting into endemic, we need to stay safe, health and wellness of our community, supporting to continue social distancing, wear a mask as needed, a man AC, just being a responsible citizen, and practice that proper hand hygiene. Still, I've got the spray stuff all the time, like on us in the car, and he's got some in his pocket and stuff like that. It's not really that difficult to make sure you got some Sani, or that you hit a bathroom and wash up and stuff like that, and sing that happy birthday, and just, it's a little thing that you can do to protect your community and like help mitigate some of these risks that maybe we didn't do as great a job of doing before this was part of our reality. But do what you got to do to feel comfortable. If you're not really there yet with being indoors with other people, like just mentally, that's not something that's comfortable to you yet, it's okay. Take it little by little. Maybe hang out with one person, maybe hang out with two people that you feel really comfortable with, and like baby step it up. But ultimately, don't let other people put their bullshit on you. Be kind to yourself. It's important that your needs are met. Mental health, physical health needs, and those are different for each individual. So be willing to think about what triggers you, so that you're better equipped to like kind of state your boundaries, keep yourself out of stressful situations, and be prepared during the holidays to safeguard your mental health, right? Does that feel like a good reminder for you guys, as you like? I'm like just saying it out loud, and I'm like, oh yeah, gotta make sure I do that,
Yeah. I think too with masks, like people feel the pressure to like take them off in certain situations, and I think you just have to like, because no one else is wearing one.
Sure.
And I think it's just like one of those things you just have to ignore. It's just like, I'm gonna keep my mask on.
Well, and there's also just like the confluence of symptoms being cold symptoms, COVID symptoms. So for some people, it's really important for them to alleviate their anxiety to just go get a quick test.
Totally.
And make sure, and it's also not really that cool to roll the dice in that situation.
I had a friend on social media too, that this is just kind of food for thought. But like, she's all about just taking a quick test and posting it on social media. Just like she's kind of been wanting to normalize posting your test results on social media.
She wants other people to not feel like it's so weird to continue being vigilant.
Yeah, and also for like other people to feel more comfortable by seeing your test results or whatever, Yeah. She was fine with that. But yeah, anyway.
That's cool. Yeah, whatever you got to do, right? Be kind to yourself.
Let's go to the next
and let's go to that next one. Thank you, network. Yeah, so when we talk about Thanksgiving, it's really easy to say fuck it all together if you're like you're somebody that just doesn't like the whole fairy tale of colonization and stuff like that. But there is something about giving thanks that does help your brain on a positive mental health level.
Yes, it's very scientifically proven.
Try to remove the colonial white supremacist element of that holiday tiding, and be more like, hey, gratitude list, offering thanks for the things in your life, the little things that get you through to tomorrow, the little things that get you through the week. It's good practice. It's actually supported as, like, with research like CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy.
Yeah. Or DBT.
Where it's like getting your brain to practice this this mindfulness, this gratitude, because it then produces things that make you feel good. So
then the next one, that's kind of where I think the older generation really like put stress on themselves with the holidays, is by the time, like, just being like, these are the things that we do, we follow these traditions and we do them, and it doesn't matter if I'm tired and, you know, feeling stressed out. And it's like, no, it's okay to cancel things.
Yep.
It's okay to rest. It's okay to like do those things that you need to do for yourself, you know. So,
and along those lines, I'm grateful for people like you guys in my life that understand that part. So to reflect on what I'm thankful for and my gratitude, it's for the support you both offer me in understanding if I'm feeling really spun out, or I'm feeling really like exhausted, and I just have to cancel something, or I have to switch plans, or whatever. So what are you grateful for? Just to do yourself a solid and give yourself that little bump of gratitude.
Healthy.
Yeah.
Health. That's a big one this year.
Yeah.
For a lot of people probably, but it like really resonates with me too.
I'm thankful for that I am able to have a place that is restful and able to have the time to rest and not have pressure on me like that. I'm thankful for that too.
Yeah. Gratitude can be just simply giving thanks for the roof over your head, even if it's a fucking struggle to pay the bills. Just to know that you're in a place of protection and being able to rest is just enough to be grateful for. And it's great to kind of give yourself that perspective. So manage your time. Make sure you don't feel overwhelmed by other people's expectations they're putting on you. Again, don't let people put their shit on you. You got this. You know what you need, and express those things that you need to the people that are supportive to you, and the people that kind of fall on your gratitude list. So what else we got?
Yeah,
there is.
Yeah, there we go. So
we kind of led to it.
Yeah,
there's a couple more, but these slide through cards are really, really helpful. And the setting boundaries, if we go back to that one, it's important to stress that utterly and completely, because saying no is difficult sometimes, especially if you become entangled in a dynamic with your family where you feel this pressure that you can't.
And remember that is setting a tone. Like people might be like frustrated with you about that, which screw that. But if they are, know that like you're setting a tone for them to be able to do that, and for the next people to be able to do that. Right? Like you're setting an example.
I feel like frustration in those situations from somebody that cares about you also can be like kind of misguided. It's just like, maybe they're like, damn it, why can't I just set my own healthy boundaries? Like there's almost like this kind of like envy that happens sometimes when you are deciding to prioritize your health, and sometimes being able to free yourself of the guilt of canceling plans. People look at that and go, that's not how I do it. Right. Come on, damn it. Right. So, try to have some grace with each other. the next slide through, we got that self-care, the ever important self-care on the next one, and the reminder of support and how it can look a lot of different ways. So do you guys, sometimes I'm like, I need to be around people to recharge. Do you often prioritize alone time to recharge?
Yeah, it's so huge for me, especially since I work at a place that's like facing the public. Like I see the public all the time. And I'm talking, and I talk with my coworkers all day, which I love. But like when I get home, I'm like, okay, that's enough people for me. So I really need just alone time for myself.
Yeah.
You too?
I do it often.
Yeah.
I mean, yesterday, perfect example. Like, like I said, I do this often, but yesterday, probably around, I don't know, 5, 6, I just put my phone on silent and put it in a totally different room that I.
That's a good idea. That sounds good.
And just focused on something else, on TV or whatever, and then before I knew it, it was like, oh, I think it's like 11 or 12 or something. I haven't looked at my phone all night. Just don't talk to anybody. Just
unplug.
Just take that time.
Nice.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, and that alone time can be your support. Friends can be your support, your family, your mental health provider. If you don't have one, there's a lot of different app-based things that can get you linked up. But there's also, support groups that are free, and a lot of them are online these days.
From a family member of ours the other day said that they started going to a support group on Zoom, and that it was the first time that they had really done therapy. And I was just like so happy for them.
That's awesome.
And it was really cool. And I think that like for a lot of male identifying people, support groups are supposedly like really, really helpful for male identifying people.
Yeah. I can see that.
Yeah, I heard that somewhere.
It's like more opportunities for the modeling of being open and being vulnerable. Like you show up, and instead of just you and the therapist, it's like,
you're like,
there's a tableau of like some other individuals, like kind of leading by example. Maybe they've been going for a little bit, and they're like a couple steps ahead of you in their process. And that's a cool thing to think about.
Yeah.
Free ones offered online. DBSA is a great organization, and they have a greater Chicago area chapter. So yeah, check them out. It's the Depression Bipolar Support Alliance, and they do a lot of free services. So let's show them the resources network. Let's show them, even though it'll be kind of tiny here, I just want you to see that they're right there. There's a bunch of a lot of great mental health resources that you can share with people. You can screenshot and be the hope in someone else's world, as I like to say. And that's just scratching the surface. So thank you, Network, for showing us those. And this is the type of stuff that you would be supporting on Giving Tuesday if you start your own fundraiser on social media, or you start your own kind of just like start sharing your own lived experience as a way to spread hope and connect the dots and make sure that we're creating a network that is ever expanding and developing more and more support for community members that really need it here on Twitch and everywhere else, because it's something that you can click, share, and be like, yo, check this out. This is what we were talking about. There's other people out there. So definitely do that. Giving Tuesday is coming up, and this is the first Giving Tuesday for the Hope for Us Network. Just started earlier this year, so it will help really ensure that the first full year of programming for this very, very important organization is solid. So it's really easy. If you're on Facebook, you can do a Facebook fundraiser for the Hope for Us Network. If you're on Instagram, you can start a fundraiser there. And there's all sorts of stuff you can do on Twitch too, cheering bits and the like, subs, everything like that. So make sure you do all you can to support some organizations that are important to you, and do good things for the neighborhood and the communities around us. So that's about it for the good, the bad, and the helpers as we roll into the holiday season. So
Thanks to Ebb Cinema Flow for following us.
yeah. Most recent follower. And I just want to also say thank you to Network for being so stellar. Network, we're moving on to the next segment. Oh man, I'm excited about this one because this is kind of a throwback experience. Do you remember searching for goodness in Pilsen?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was that just me and you on that car ride, or did we have this handsome fellow with
We
us?
had another friend with us.
Ah, yes.
With an A name.
Yeah, and then and then we were down in that neighborhood like just a month later for the coffee, hip hop, and mental health thing with him.
I remember that
at Thalia Hall. So maybe that's why I was kind of merging those two experiences. But searching for goodness, just setting up this segment. There's a lot of beautiful things all around us in whatever neighborhood we live in, and sometimes you just gotta kind of be on the lookout. And this next little bit is a little tour of a special place in the Chicagoland area, on the south side, the 16th Street murals.
It'd be interesting to see if it's different
from then till now.
Since this
likely have been some changes and some subtle decay from the weather. Hi. But yeah, we're gonna have Network queue up this next segment, and we'll be back here on the couch for a little post video discussion after that. So enjoy this installment, Searching for Goodness. Might even slow this down a little bit so you can see it. But oh man, look at that car. There's just miles of beautiful artistic expression, some weird abstract stuff you can interpret, and looks like they knocked out a little bit, so it picks back up in a minute. So it picks back up over here with the Sweet Cosmo. Like that stuff. Don't know all of these artists, but you look on the internet, you can find a lot of them and follow them and buy their stuff. A lot of them do prints and things like that, or have local presence at Gallery F or other cool indie art shops. So do yourself a favor, go exploring. Wow, that's crazy. Oh, there's Shawnimals in there. Right? Yeah. That dude's a fantastic human being. The Beast. The Beast, yes. Yes. Whoa, that's an interesting topper on that vehicle. Nice. Fun. Fun, sir. There's like such vibrant stuff underneath as well. If you're ever feeling like parking and taking a walk to explore that stuff too. Always, just be conscious of your surroundings. I don't want anybody getting in weird situations. Show respect for the neighborhood and the artists that have put so many hours likely into this miles and miles long stretch of beautified cityscape. What's that? Man, reminiscent of Hebrew Brantley. I don't know who it was though. All right, here we go. Again, tons of stuff under there that you're not going to get to see. Oh man, that one's awesome. Seen their stuff around. Ooh. Yeah, frills. Bird milk. Little bird milk collab with some other people, it looks like. Some good old fashioned graffiti tagging. Some really nice lettering and line work. Oh, that's a cool skull. Skull and bones. And then we got a nice little slap of color. That feels like Juan Kim, but I can't be sure. That's great. And yeah, we've got a continued little stretch here that needs a little bit of love, but man, it's just so cool to look at public art in its environment start to decay and break down. It's kind of the fun of it too. It's like the frame is the environment, the part of the city that you find it in and its surroundings. So I always thought that that was a cool part of street art. Oh boy, look at that. That's fun. That makes me smile. I'm not sure why. I don't know who that artist is either, but maybe we'll be able to do some research and do a giant appreciation post. Hey, Hebrew, what's up? Hebrew Brantley, right there. This is definitely slang. This feels like slang to me. Slangism is another beast of an artist here in Chicago. Finding stuff on the Riverwalk and Vanessa Guillen Memorial. That's important. It's important shit. If you don't know, check it out. But trigger warning. Yeah, some really good black and white work there that I haven't seen. That reminds me of Popeye. More good shit underneath, no doubt. And as you can see, it goes and goes and goes. And I haven't even showed you the other side. The other side of this shit also goes and goes and goes. So, oh, that's beautiful. Look at those faces. Excellent portrait. Can you imagine doing a portrait like that on cracked concrete and stuff like that, and just nailing it, the proportions, all that? Freaking beautiful. So, another beautiful cave to explore and some more cool faces. Just there's beauty in that statement for sure. And then you got a little break in the action. There's the sounds of Pilsen. Likely smaller fest going on. Some Mayan stuff right there. Oh, that's so awesome. And more and more art to explore. A little bit further, 16th and Racine, and headed eastbound on the south side of this public art marathon. So, yeah, beauty from the ashes, powerful message right there. Some cool stuff. Mad Magazine, did you see that guy? Somebody did a Mad Magazine head with a Cyclops. Pretty cool. And, you could usually find some parking during the day if you wanted to take a walk that was a little out of the ordinary, and you could take a closer look at all of these pieces. Get some exercise and fresh air in the meantime. It's just a win-win. Win-win. You can see the, skyscrapers in the distance. It's just a very cool perspective on the city. Nice way to clear your head. Think about some things and just take some time for you. A little more bird milk, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, there it is. And I think that's more Cosmo. They got to be friends in a crew because I see their stuff together all the time. And that's kind of the other fun part of this is you can imagine as you like start to follow these different artists, even if you don't know what they look like, you can imagine like the ghosts of their little session like together. Wizard Skull, love Wizard Skull. You can kind of, when you start seeing those artists next to each other, damn, you kind of picture them working and encouraging and inspiring each other. And that part's awesome, especially when you see pay steps like Penny Pinch and Key Money. I see them next to each other all the time, and just imagine that I just missed them, and they're hanging out. Another memorial. Create a fresh path. Truer words never spoken, for sure.
Sort of Halstead now.
Yeah, and you go all the way down to Halstead, and that's kind of about where it breaks up. So that's where we leave you. Hope you enjoyed.
Amazing.
How do they make it look like free without even showing the rest of their face? Ooh, that is creepy shit right there.
Keep going.
Megan Kind, she's all about her stickers and dope shit. Isn't it scary? It's very scary. Very unsettling. It makes you feel something other than what ours was. Hey, Shaunamos, what's up, buddy? Oh, you're so happy to be. No, for real. It makes me smile every fucking time we see you.
Look at that one.
And frills too. Like
Candy.
It's like if you make me smile every time I see a piece of I think that matters. There's Set Rock.
Yeah.
Stay free, baby.
Okay, flip around and we'll do the other side. They're all really detailed.
They're all so beautiful. And they probably took maybe like 50 gallons of paint each. Maybe that's like a whole freshie. Who is that? That's amazing. Use magic with their dye. Chica. I know what the paper is saying. It's my engine.
Joey D, look at the detail in that one.
It's on a really rough surface.
Yeah.
The shadowing on that. Hey, it's Blake.
Keep going. It's bird milk. Keep going.
Hey, bird.
That's cute. Just had. Keep going.
It's all very much like that.
Daniel Wilson.
Tagging people whose artwork like that.
Ooh, that has hieroglyphs on it.
Yeah, so it's got the data in there. 10, 11, 20.
The mural.
Good job, Eli.
Yeah.
Portraits are street artists. They get proportions rather than that scales.
Slow down. The way that they got that neon look. Okay, awesome, babe. Good. No, you're. Octopus. This is just
Here's the
gonna be.
octopus chicken. Underneath the stop sign. Look at that.
Did you just say octopus chicken?
I did. So hot. Wow.
It's pretty
So
cool.
Whoa.
It's pretty cool.
You like Pilsen?
Pilsen's nice.
It's a cool neighborhood.
I dig it.
Like, don't forget, there's like a bunch of cities within this city. If you live here or if you're visiting, check out the other neighborhoods. And Pilsen's just like a must see. A lot of cool street art and public displays of art and great food and nightlife and venues and art galleries, all the stuff.
Yeah.
What stuck out to you about that particular adventure? Oh, hi, Minnie.
Well, you were saying what you were saying about the way that they make it neon.
Oh yeah, that glowy effect.
Yeah, it's so cool.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can pick a favorite either network. They're all so
there's a lot of good stuff there.
so cool, and I wish I knew who all the artists were.
Yeah, if you do some Googling of the mural movement in Chicago, or you look up Delilah Martinez, who has a gallery in Pilsen, or if you just kind of start searching Chicago street art, there's some pretty major players that do a lot of stuff all over. And I really love the collaborative efforts, the stuff where you can see a bunch of people's work kind of converging together. There's a bunch of that out there.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen the one at the corner of Armitage and Kedzie, maybe?
Yeah.
Or it might be one more with the Black Lives Matter one where it's on a corner and there's like 8 different people. Bird Milk, Feds, Cosmo, like a bunch of those individuals you see everywhere.
Yeah.
That stuff's awesome. I love it when it all smashes together. So
I know.
And I try to be good about when I appreciate something in the public like that, try to remember that you can usually find some sort of identifying signature or something like that on a mural, bottom corner or something like that, and then like look them up on Instagram and follow them because every little bit helps and it matters and they appreciate it, I'm sure, and then you can kind of develop more of an understanding of who's out there, and then you start seeing their stuff all over. So it's really fun. It's like scavenger hunt like for me. And
and lots of those people they'll do some gallery shows, or they'll do like little pop like figures, or they'll do
our boy Myron that was on one of our previous episodes just made some uplift figures. So his murals.
I know Vivian Lee has some figures.
Vivian Lee's got some figures, and I think JC Rivera has some of the Champ Bear figurines and stuff like that. But yeah, you've got amazing people in this city, and then you have amazing people all over the world, creators that are putting so much personality into their work and then putting it out there. And we have Matthew Hoffman of the You Are Beautiful right here in town too, and seeing his big installations always brings a smile to my face. And it's cool to beautify the city that way. And what's so cool about that particular underneath the what's that called? The rail.
You just said it.
Yeah, whatever.
You just
overpass, something like that. You know what I'm talking about. Well, anyway, I think it's pretty fascinating that like there is some interviews and stuff that like were done with Delilah Martinez, who kind of curated and organized the artists. That like those under bits, those when you're walking under the train tracks and stuff in the city, a lot of times that can be like dark and scary, dingy, even menacing. Like you don't want to go under there.
Yeah, like
you feel like you're gonna get robbed, whatever.
It feels like you're in like the Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
The Ghostbusters train tunnel.
For sure.
It's like drippy and wet and dark.
Especially the super long ones there on either side of 16th Street and 16th Place.
Yeah.
Right there. So, but the point that Delilah made also is that they connect communities. Those same avenues connect communities. Like that might be, like we're here in Humboldt Park, but Logan Square and Humboldt Park meet right at that train trestle that's been turned into the 606.
Yeah.
And now that's not a really long one, and you're right under it pretty quick. These ones in Pilsen, they're a little longer, as you can see on that driving tour. So Delilah was like, yeah, they're dark and scary sometimes, but they connect communities. Let's make it beautiful.
Yeah.
Let's do these black and brown
now they have
unity murals.
Yeah,
it's an outdoor gallery. Like it was envisioned that way, and then through volunteer artists volunteering the time, the city coming through with some funding, and just community organizers, they envisioned it and they made it, and it's there. It might have changed a little bit since we were last driving through there, but go check it out for yourself. And there's other things like it.
It inspires me a lot to like just look at that stuff. It's like,
Yeah.
Ooh, I want to create.
The other cool thing about that is that the mural movement was actually inspired and started during the summer of 2020 in response to all the unrest following the death of George Floyd. And so Delilah and the artists that they helped kind of organize would pair artists with black or brown owned businesses that had been damaged during some of the unrest, boarded up, things like that.
Yeah.
And then like commission a mural on the boarding, the plywood that was protecting the glass storefront, or was protecting their merchandise on the inside if their window had been broken. And that's why they became these like black and brown unity murals. And that following October is when they did the little, I shouldn't say little, the massive outdoor gallery there in Pilsen.
That's so cool.
And that's just like a small fraction of all of the impact that they had throughout Chicago communities. And it wasn't just in Wicker Park, and it wasn't just in Pilsen, and it was pretty much anywhere that like Delilah and the crew could kind of cover with paint and have money to do so, where it wasn't coming out of pocket and stuff like that. So other cool street art things to check out in the city of Chicago. Hubbard has murals all along that train trestle on either side, and I can't even tell you how far that goes and how many times I've walked along that embankment of the train tracks, the railroad. Rail embankment. Railroad
is what
embankment.
you called it.
There you go. You've seen the Hubbard street murals?
Yeah.
Wow.
They're
Wow. You kind of start at Ogden-ish and just go east towards the lake, and you'll see a bunch of beautiful stuff. There's a Juice WRLD mural on the south side of that too, that people will travel all over the world to just pay the respects. And you'll see weird little like clues and maps if you're wandering around looking for it, but it's actually pretty easy to find. And is there any other ones that you can think of that there's just like a rich,
not like a lot of them at once, just
all at once? There used to be a bunch of cool shit over where they built the city Target and stuff, and the condos and stuff like that.
Cool.
That was cool. That's cool. But you know,
That's cool.
it was that's the other cool thing about the artwork in our community is that a lot of it's impermanent, and and that's really neat. Shout out to our homie Chrissy Lopez. One of their pieces was featured in that awesome mural movement adventure, so that's pretty cool. Do you guys like my my little ukulele searching for goodness riff? You like that?
You put that in there.
Should we try and make up some music off of it?
Sure.
Should we go full theory and beats?
Can't really go full.
We can't go full theory and beats, but should we try and make some shit up? Let's think about this. Kitty, I'm gonna move you. So this is a ukulele, ladies and gentlemen, and you heard it on that segment.
It's a concert ukulele, so it's a slightly bigger.
And it's tuned to a kind of a cool 6 chord, a major 6 chord, because this high note makes it kind of interesting. Otherwise, this is just like a regular guitar. So a lot of your same shapes can apply if you already play guitar. But if you don't play guitar, there's also like one finger chords and stuff like that. And so that little riff is basically just one finger. So if you only have one finger, you can even play that song.
You could if you only had one finger.
And since we don't have like a computer for beats and stuff, like there's ways to make percussion sounds all around you, right? I could slap your thigh even, right? You could snap your fingers. Should I slap your thigh?
No, don't touch my thigh.
Don't touch my thigh. What did you bring? What's in that fancy case over there? I don't even know what's in there.
And I can't. It's just a guitar. I'm not gonna say what it was earlier.
It's a fancy case, man. It's a super fancy case. You want to show that thing off? It's got like all this like filigree on it.
It's a case. It's a nice case.
So, searching for goodness, ukulele riffing, and some homemade percussion. You could play a goddamn coffee mug if you wanted, right? Yeah. You could ching, you know? But our point here is that you don't know all the fancy stuff that AC has in his beat lab. We can make music right here on the couch. So are you waiting? You waiting for
hand claps?
Are you setting it? Are you setting the BPM beats per minute with the hand claps, or should I do something with the ukulele first?
Ukulele first.
Okay. Should I play it just like the Searching for Goodness riff, or should I like beef it up a little bit?
Maybe beef it up a little bit.
So a little faster?
Sure.
You like this space? Fill in. Give me some percussion, baby. Searching for goodness. Searching. He's searching for goodness. Searching. We're all searching for goodness. We're all searching. All searching for goodness. You guys sing with me? We're all searching.
Can't sing.
Searching for What's good?
That's good whistle.
We're searching.
I can't do that.
We're searching for goodness. What's good? What's good? AC, what's good? Drum break. That's what's good. We're searching. We're searching for goodness. We're all searching. We're searching for goodness sakes. We're all searching. We're all searching for goodness. We're all searching. Go out searching for goodness. When I'm walking around my neighborhood, I keep looking for all the things that make me feel good. When we're dancing in the kitchen, while we're cooking,
What you cooking?
all my dinner, but we haven't for dinner. What we haven't? But we haven't.
Shepherd's pie.
But we haven't for dinner.
Shepherd's pie. Shepherd's pie.
Mashed potatoes in a flaky crust. That's shepherd's pie, right?
Yeah,
I'm describing the right food.
I think so.
This potatoes in a flaky crust. Don't forget peas.
Is someone knocking on our door?
Candy's knocking upstairs, y'all. And we're searching for words now. They don't matter, 'cause we can change them next time now. Random theories and your beats and your shepherd's pie and our feet. We're searching for goodness. We're all searching for goodness sakes. We're all searching for goodness. We're all searching. We're all searching for goodness sake. That was nice. That was tight right there at the end. Did you just feel that inspiration come out of your pocket?
No, I wanted to do it earlier. I just couldn't.
Couldn't find a spot.
You got some solid clapping hands.
That was fun. That was ridiculous.
It's pretty ridiculous, but like
there are some pieces in there that were really nice though.
Yeah, like we've demonstrated on previous segments of Theory and Beats. It doesn't have to be like perfect right away. you can get so paralyzed to do anything, right? You can almost like be so worried about being perfect or that it's got to be good right away that you don't do anything.
No.
Right? So I think the main thing we always try to impart when we're doing theory and beats is that just start with one thing and try not to overthink it and like trust yourself to feel inspired once you're like getting into it. Because you just got to get it started. And while that might not be a number one hit yet, there are some pieces, like you said, that are pretty nice. I like that searching for goodness.
The whistles were clutch.
The whistles and like the foundation of the simple clap. I feel like that would be very easy for us to translate. Like literally, we go to the beat lab. We say a couple days from now, we go to the beat lab. And when we go to the beat lab, we just pull up the live stream on the YouTube or on the Twitch, and we just watch that part, and we're like, oh, well, let's like retool this. Let's give it a little a treatment, so to speak.
We could do that.
Yeah, and then like that's just like when you're writing a story or you're writing a letter or even if you're writing a text message and you like retype it 4 or 5 times before you actually send it.
Yeah.
You don't have to make things perfect right away, and it's just a good practice and a good like habit to get into. Is just like not being scared to like start off with something goofy.
Yeah.
Shepherd's pie, sprung to life many ideas of like what's in the food, right? Yeah, that's dumb, right? But like what did we say about scrambled eggs with yesterday? Like scrambled eggs. Oh my love, scrambled eggs.
I don't know if we brought this up in a previous episode or whatever, but that the whole time we were doing it, even with Erin dropping her whispers, it made me think of Bobby McFerrin. Is don't worry, be happy. We pretty much recorded the entire record without any instrumentation.
He made all the bass sounds with his like
all the sounds and everything's on his body. Yeah. And pretty sure that song did hit number 1 at one point.
That was a massive song. Music video is great and super 80s too. I love that. Love it. Good mantra. But it's okay to also just like be sad too. So
Gandhi, what are you doing up there?
Bobby McFerrin, super excellent artist to check out if you're interested in like how people can stretch the limits of their vocals to do multiple things at once. Like where you're like, what? How's that one person's voice?
It's crazy. I still listen to that.
Can
song
either of you make that weird water noise?
No, I can't.
You know that one?
Maybe just like randomly sometimes I can do it. Where they're like,
yeah.
But he's all like, boom, like it's like almost like his body's a percussion instrument. And you know what? We saw him at Ravinia here in northwest side of Chicago in Highland Park. I got to see him with some friends where he was performing with the Chicago Children's Choir. So it's like all vocals. What did he get? Is it a bag of turtle food?
Full-on got something.
What is that? Is that a bag of turtle food? Or like a...
Just to let y'all know at home right now, Gandalf is just going through stuff.
He takes things down the stairs too, which is pretty hilarious. He'll be like,
so
all right,
it is a bag of charcoal that goes in the turtle filters.
You want to get it? So he doesn't.
And he took it out of the box and carried it down the stairs, and now he's playing with it on the stairs.
Basically, the lesson here is cats are dicks.
Especially if they're a smart cat. It's
that's the lesson.
They love to mess with you, man. They love to test your patience, man. Yeah. He liked it. It was shiny. He probably likes that it's by the turtle. I don't know. At least he's not eating the turtle, right?
Don't eat the turtle.
Don't eat the turtle,
Don't
buddy.
eat the turtle.
But yeah, take the simple core notion of theory and beats with you though every day, that you can make stuff. You can write a story. You can write a book. But you got to start with something. Start with a sentence. Start with a paragraph. Start with those smaller pieces, and then you can get really pumped up like as you go. Or decide that you're going to start a different song because you weren't really feeling that one, or start a different poem because you weren't really feeling that one, or start a different painting, right?
And have fun.
And have fun with it, because that's the trick here. This self-care stuff can be total bullshit if you're not doing it with purpose. For real. You got to think about the fact, why am I doing this?
Right.
And tie it back to the fact that if it's making you feel good, you need to lean into that. And like that practice, even if it's just like something that you're doing for leisure, you're coloring, just know that the part of it that's important is that, oh, I'm enjoying this. So if you're coloring something and it's like, this coloring page is frustrating the shit out of me, find a different coloring page, right, or draw a picture. Right? You don't have to like,
or if you're reading a book, we were talking about this at work the other day. If you're reading a book and you don't like it, you don't have to finish it.
Yeah. And if you're making a beat that you're really into, definitely stick with it, because it's making you happy. So it's doing what it's supposed to be doing. It's balancing out the positives and the negatives that are just kind of like our balance that we're working on, that we should be working on. And if you're throwing some pluses in your personal bucket, that's good. That's a good thing. Lean in. And then if you are so into that tune, once you got done with it, remix that shit. Make it new again. Whatever. You can remix your own stuff, right? There's no rules against any of that. So keep making stuff is like the key, though. When I'm having the hardest time in my life, I'm totally unmotivated to make stuff. But the second that I find just that little kick, that little push to make something, because I go over to AC's, or because I finally pull out the collage stuff and start cutting and making something, those moments are like those little wins in this longer battle of just constantly being proactive with my mental health. So,
do you guys have any like tips or tricks for when you're feeling unmotivated to get more motivated? He's doing it again. I can hear him upstairs.
Gandhi. Tips and tricks for if I'm unmotivated and I need to get the motor going. Well,
it's hard.
I think taking a walk can sometimes like stimulate some musical ideas for me personally. Like be it a melody or just like an idea for like a topic of a song or something like that. As a musician, that's like, you could translate that to like a story idea or an article if you're like a writer. I don't know. Taking a shower?
I'll go for a walk, or I'll just sit myself in my workspace and just be like, it sounds weird to be like, I'm going to force it.
Yeah.
Because you'll never make anything good if you just force yourself. But sometimes I feel like if I just sit down for a second and I'm like, let's just see if you can do it.
Let's see if anything comes.
Like anything.
I actually asked this question on my like Instagram stories the other day. And somebody kind of said that. And they said like just having a place, just like even if it's like a tiny corner of a room.
Sure.
That is just for that. And like just like, which I think is that's a good tip.
Yeah, if you're not like fortunate enough to have a whole like beat lab and you just have a corner desk.
Yeah, like you live in like a studio.
Yeah.
Or something.
That's great tips. I think the reason I blurted out taking a shower is sometimes that like actual like washing away some of my like bullshit, like not just dirt, but like just kind of physically standing there in a peaceful place, and like that temperature shift and everything sometimes can also give me some ideas of something I want to make or something I want to do. But a lot of times I get distracted, like I gotta clean up this area first or something like that. So
I know, it's so hard.
It's okay if
so I think like
it's not that easy.
I think like looking at like some other artwork or a book or something that you really like, that you enjoy, and then I like to make like a cup of tea, and then I think you have to kind of like, honestly sometimes I do have to like force it. I'm gonna sit here and write.
Yeah. And
or something that's like something that is easier to do, like coloring, where it's like, this is here, it's like a good starter.
Yeah, I never really thought of it like that, but yeah, it's an excellent point. If you like needed that like kind of nudge, something that's scaffolded or supported, like a coloring page, so you're not starting with a blank page, can be cool. And I bet there's similar things for like people that are writers, if they like wanted to start with a prompt. Like journal prompts are like, pretty easy to come by if you are looking online.
I got a crazy one for you.
What's that?
I just started doing this one a few weeks ago. Whether you're an athlete or an artist or a musician or whatever you do, if something I've been trying to do is, if I find myself in that weird spot where I'm just not feeling motivated, kind of goes into the whole walking thing. If you're into podcast, or if you're not, look for a podcast of somebody that you admire. Like, I guarantee you, your favorite writer, musician, someone like that has probably been a guest on someone's podcast.
If they don't make a podcast, they're definitely been on one.
If they don't make one, they've probably been on one.
Yeah.
And if you find that and just listen to it and just go for a walk, because you're going to be focused on just what that person means to you.
Yeah.
And
soak up their knowledge.
More times than not, they're probably going through the same thing that you have or have been there. They might be able to help you with some tips or get some insight to what they did to maybe get them out of their funk, or what helps them be creative. Just like little weird things like that.
Yeah.
Kind of cool.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I love that. It's like spending time with your heroes, like thinking of it that way, like trying to absorb as much of their experience and their knowledge and stuff, so that you kind of like can you use that in your experiences and stuff, and learn from their mistakes or whatever. So I dig that a lot. So keep all those things in mind, keep making stuff. For our next trick, for our next bit, were you gonna cut your bangs on
I've
air?
been screwing with them the whole time.
Or did you just want to do Nature's Amazing?
We'll just do Nature's Amazing, but we were joking about me cutting my bangs on live.
Yeah? So do you think that she should?
I thought it was going to happen, to be honest.
That's funny. You don't have to. Don't feel the pressure.
I mean, I might.
Yeah? Yeah?
No.
I mean, because I'll get up in it. I'll get up very close to you. And yeah. So let's queue up for our final segment of the day.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk at all about it right now, or you want to just wait for the?
We'll just wait.
Okay.
Yeah.
We've kind of alluded to it in previous episodes, but there's a cool little miniature museum of Erin Dunbar's right here, and so we are going to kind of explore that a little bit on this installment of Nature's Amazing, and so are you. Network, if you could please run the intro, and we'll.
Nature is amazing and so are you.
The kitchen. Kicking kitchen.
All
Here we
right.
are.
Cool. So this is, so I got this little cabinet from IKEA. Everybody has them from IKEA, so it's no secret. But so it locks and it keeps the dust off of things. And I've just been collecting, like, when we go on walks or we're like somewhere, I just like to like pick things up and collect them. So like these are little feathers I found. These are seed pods from a horse chestnut tree, and they've like completely shriveled up. Acorns. This is like another seed pod. We found this wasp nest.
Are there bees in there?
There are no bees in there.
I was so scared when
Definitely
you were picking that up.
Be careful and check. This is like some other seed that some little critter cracked open.
What kind of seed would you guess that is?
I'm not sure, to be honest.
A pecan?
No, I don't know. I really have no idea.
Can you show me? Can I see those burly, the Sharpie guys? What are those, horse chestnuts?
This is like these are horse chestnuts, and they are way bigger and kind of like, when I brought them in, they weren't shriveled up at all, and then they shrunk. Those look metal all the way.
Are those the things that
those look super metal?
When you're running through a field as a kid?
No, they're
not the same as burrs.
I wish we had one that wasn't shriveled up because they look completely different.
Really?
Yeah.
So this is the dried out version, and it's a horse chestnut tree.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah. And
those look super metal.
Dude, it's so metal. Swiss Guard would love it.
So
I'm gonna come in here in the back.
These are.
What are those?
What? This?
Yeah. What is that?
That's a big pine cone. That I brought home from Lake Tahoe when we were there kind of recently.
So it's imbued with magic, is what you're saying?
Yes. And then the last two also. My friends got me this pine cone hedgehog.
That's kind of the thing I want.
Isn't that cute?
It's a pine cone that was crafted into a hedgie?
Yeah, or maybe, I guess it's just pieces of wood that they cut.
Oh, yeah, I see. If you look a little closer, yeah, it is like little
I think this
sticks.
part is part of a pine cone, though.
That's pretty awesome. You would rock that?
I would rock that as like the top of a hat.
Oh man, that's pretty.
Like
put it on the brim.
Style.
Yeah, that's a cool idea.
This is a spirit quartz. It's called spirit quartz, and I got it because it's like two little people. It's like two sentinels. So I was thinking about you and me, but it's this crazy purple, pink color.
Like you can see it on here, like sparkling and glittering. Is that what's that called again?
Spirit quartz.
No, the sparkling.
Oh, I think they just call it druzy.
Druzy. That's a fun word, isn't it? So that's a spirit quartz, and you got its own little pedestal for that.
Yeah, I just thought that was cool. This is amethyst.
That's a big hunk of amethyst, ain't it?
Yeah.
Brie
Kelly talked about that.
Yeah.
Right?
These are other. This is really druzy too. This is some kind of quartz.
Where did you get this one?
So these are these pieces.
Oh, it goes together.
So it came like this.
Oh my goodness.
And Mike and I fucking chiseled this thing apart.
Yeah, there was like that little crack.
It was hard. It was not easy to like,
and then we took it out to the sidewalk.
Just like, and then we saw that.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Dope. I would rock that.
Some rock shops have geodes that you can
break your own geo.
Yeah, crack open on your own.
We did another one, which I'm guessing might be celestite, but I'm not positive.
There's some little guys. Okay, cool.
So
this is the other one. That was the Kraken.
Other one. How did it
Crackaroni.
It's fun to see it fit together.
It almost looks like a weird egg.
Yeah, it's like a dino egg, right?
Yeah. Like I can picture that in like a weird Chappelle episode.
So you can
let's crack it open,
right?
Like,
So you can kind of see like we started chipping away kind of at it before it cracked open, and we were like, oh my god, what is it gonna be?
Yeah, we had to
So when you're-
get our like little pry bar in there.
Yeah, so you had what did you use
Like
a pry board?
like a
screwdriver?
hammer.
A
and a
hammer and a
screwdriver.
screwdriver, and like we had
Man, that's crazy.
we had some fun with it. It took a
So-
while though.
It does, and then that one is really different because it has
Different minerals.
you can see where the minerals kind of pooled there.
And you said there's places that like actually have the rocks whole that will let you
Yeah, so she
crack them there. Like,
where-
I want
Yeah.
that one.
Where
And
did
you're
you get
cool,
those?
Crack away.
Yes, yeah.
Like a-
That's crazy.
yeah, like an oyster almost.
That's so awesome.
Where'd you get those ones?
So these were from Dave's Rock Shop
In Evanston.
in Evanston.
Yeah.
But
We'll go get you some, huh?
No, I don't need any.
Uh,
I have too many rocks.
okay, so yeah,
What-
so then the second shelf, Dave, you wanna
Well,
go?
this top shelf, there's
Oh,
just one
let
thing
me-
I wanted to ask about.
Let me show this. So this is a robin's egg. Can you?
No way.
It's just the part of a robin's egg. Can you see that at all? It's
Yeah,
like
the
blue.
little blue spotting.
No way.
Yeah,
Oh, I see it.
we found that outside somewhere.
And you put it in a little cute little bottle.
Yeah.
But I wanted to ask about that like Blackstone and then the other one that's
This
right
one?
there. Yeah.
Do you
What's that?
remember what that is? You picked this out.
Is it Tiger Eye?
It was like blue or black
That's
tiger's
a tiger's eye.
It is. It's
Like a real tiger's eye.
No, it's
It's a-
just what they call this.
usually
I
particular-
tiger's
say.
eye. Usually tiger's eye is like orange, but this is
Yeah,
like
this
a
one just
bluish black
It
one.
had like a really cool, different kind of thing going on in the tip of it. And then that more circular one.
This one.
What is that?
This is bumblebee jasper.
Why is it called that?
I think because it's so yellow. But jasper's cool because you can always see. I have another piece of jasper in here. Here it is. Jasper's like crazy because it comes in all these different forms.
Bumblebee jasper.
And bumblebee jasper is always this bright yellow.
It's pretty cool.
I have one upstairs that's pretty wild too. But yeah.
And those
Um,
different colors within the like layers of the rock are part of our earth.
Yeah. So then
It's
look at
amazing.
This jasper. This is polychrome jasper.
It almost looks like it has a face on it.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
Jupiter.
So look at this though. It's like teal and then it turns purple and blue.
Now, do like rocks like that, can they change like color or whatnot under like certain types of light and things like that?
Not so much this one, but some of them do.
That's
like
so
labradorite.
crazy.
Yeah, like labradorite.
That's crazy.
Labradorite has what they call labradorescence,
Yeah.
and it.
Well,
don't
there's like
know if
light
you
trapped
can see it.
inside it. It's
That's
amazing.
crazy.
Yeah, there's like that section that like glows when light hits it, right?
Yeah.
Dude, that's gangster.
Is there some on the other side too?
Oh yeah. That side's just a little rougher, but
Yeah. But you can still see how there's like this glowy part.
I wish you could make like a guitar or a drum set like
Isn't that
that. That'd be
amazing?
ridiculous.
but this is like, I don't know, more matte, but it does have to do with like the different minerals that are in the earth at that time. And then I think Bree Kelly also talked about this, like it's a tumbled stone, so that's
Okay.
why it's so smooth and shiny. But like it has like little silvery parts in it. And then some mineral made it this purple color, this blue color, this like teal color.
That's so cool.
awesome.
The temperature and the pressure and all the things.
So
All right, so and then this is looks like a noodle, a dry poop
guy?
noodle. Yeah, what is that?
that's a seed pod.
Seed pod. You can hear
That would
season.
have been a good.
Oh damn!
Oh.
Percussion.
Yeah, those are from like an elm, some kind of elm or something.
And then last thing on this shelf that I wanted to ask about, that weird little magic castle on the far side.
Oh,
What is that?
this is another mineral called bismuth,
What
which
the
is
fuck?
actually in Pepto-Bismol.
That looks like a Christmas pendant or something weird.
Isn't that crazy?
Like it doesn't look like a.
So this is actually lab grown.
Yeah,
So this is what bismuth
like the
is
crystallization.
what makes Pepto-Bismol,
What?
but the crystallization is like lab made. So they I think that it's like they found this mineral and then in a lab they can like
watch it grow
make
into these
it,
crazy weird crystals.
yeah.
That is like a bunch of different colors too. It looks like when you see an oil spill, like in the parking lot of a gas station or whatever. You can see that like rainbowy kind of vibe.
Yeah, it's so weird.
What the hell, man?
I want it.
Cool. Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Shelf 2.
Yeah, so
I'm a Tebow it.
let's see.
It's taking a knee.
Okay, so let's play this game.
Okay.
If you can't see that. What kind of skull do you think this is? Any guesses?
Spider monkey.
Let me see it from all sides. Any guesses from the we got a raccoon guess.
That's a good guess.
Network knows a lot of stuff though, so that's kind of cheating.
They Googled it.
I'm gonna go with.
You know what it is, don't you?
I do.
But if you guessed,
I would go with possum.
it's a good guess too. Why do you guess like raccoon or possum?
Because that was the next guess. Actually, was a possum.
Yeah.
Like
the
I
teeth,
don't know.
the teeth and the stuff and
The
stuff.
nosy maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. So like it has, these are this is like where its eyes would be.
Let me get in there. Yeah.
It has kind of like teeth like a cat or a dog, right?
Oh, it's not a cat, is it?
It's not a cat.
It's not a dog,
so
is it?
this is a river otter.
A river otter.
Not a spider monkey.
But yeah, like I feel like that kind of longer face, it's kind of like a possum or a raccoon or a cat. So those are good
guesses.
Yeah. So that's a river otter. I got this at a powwow.
Oh, I remember. Yeah. Out in Bussy Woods.
Okay, so what do you think this is? This is probably pretty
Brittle.
familiar if people had to guess.
Is this just the top jaw then?
This is just the top jaw.
Wow, look at those teeth.
That used to be something.
Yeah, definitely. That was
That's scary.
So
live
it doesn't
creature.
have canines, so it doesn't rip into meat.
Oh, so
So
you're
it
giving us
has-
hints.
So it's not a wolf or a coyote.
It has
Nope.
kind of these.
Nope. But good guess.
They're a little bit flatter. They can still chew.
They're
but,
plant eaters.
That means they're a plant eater.
Herbivore.
Is it an emo?
No,
Interesting. A llama?
a llama. Mm-mm. Oh, look.
A vulture?
Look
So
what?
not a. So this is making you think of like a bird, but it has no beak or anything.
Looks like a skinny cow head.
Oh.
A jackalope?
If only they existed. So a male of this would have antlers.
Oh, that's a pretty good clue.
I should know this.
A male of that would have antlers. So we're talking this is a female.
I should know this. I should know this.
Whoa, that's weird. Is that where the brain stem would come out?
Mhm.
Ugh.
Weird, man. That's so weird. Do you want any more guesses? We got a doe, a deer.
Yeah, that's it. Ding,
A
ding,
doe, a
ding.
deer, a female deer.
Yeah.
Ding, ding, ding.
Yeah, so it was a deer.
All the little cracky cracks
I know.
are super
Where
cool.
it fuses together.
Yeah.
So this is pretty there are definitely some pieces missing, right? This was found by one of Mike's cousins.
Yeah,
on,
down by the
his
river.
family's lake house.
Yeah,
And
so
they
this
were
is
like, ew, oh my God. And I was like, I need that.
Western Illinois doe
Yeah.
hanging out here with the otter, the river otter.
So this is also
Oh,
this
another
is
bone.
A vertebra of a deer, I believe.
Whoa, look at how it looks like almost like a sea sponge.
Yeah, so it would stack. They would stack
Yeah, spinal
this.
column. But yeah, doesn't that look like a sponge on the top
Yeah.
surface there?
Well, that's where all your bone marrow would be. In there.
Whoa. That's pretty crazy, huh?
I don't know what to even say.
Yeah.
Museums are creepy, but awesome.
Yeah, so those are my bones. Quartz. This is like a crazy quartz.
And that's like a polished cut.
Yeah, like it doesn't have small crystals, I guess.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And then what do we got?
More feathers. This is just bark from trees.
We'll probably leave the last shelf for another time.
This is these are blue jay feathers. This is an arrowhead.
See, that's yeah.
It's a really pretty arrowhead.
Dang.
Do you remember where you got that one from?
That one was just in a shop in Tahoe.
Okay.
But I think it's like, I wonder if it's jasper too because of the banding. It's not obsidian. It's not like an obsidian arrowhead.
That's amazing.
This is
Citrine.
citrine.
It's a sparkly.
What is this one, babe? Do you remember?
That one, is it onyx?
Yeah.
That one totally looks like Jupiter to me.
So we have a few of that kind of onyx and different things.
What's that little dog?
This is a little dog from Oaxaca that we got when we were in Mexico right before we got Minnie.
Wow.
And it reminds us of her.
That's cool.
Oh, this is a fluorite point.
Wow.
So this is rainbow fluorite. Has the purple.
It's like
and the
chevron.
green. Mm-hmm.
That's cool. So what?
So yeah, so I just like to collect things when I'm out. This was just a cool piece of like granite or something I found on a hike.
Why do you like to collect things?
I don't know. I just always have. I like collecting. And I just love nature. So I love like looking at the little things, and at some point I was like, I should just put them into a little case. This is our this is onyx too. This is wild.
It's
so
a
it was
bear.
carved into a bear, which is a protection symbol. And
cool.
so that side is protection and like maternal instinct and but then this side is like wild too.
Yeah.
Completely different.
Beautiful bear.
So she's up there. She protects our door. She looks at the door.
Well, that's awesome.
And and then let me just show you this other piece. So this is another piece of onyx. I think they're from Pakistan. This kind of onyx.
Wow.
So it's like this crazy green banding.
It's a pyramid.
So that's all kind of the same sort of onyx. You can kind of tell, but like
some different colors and stuff.
Yeah.
Some
So
different
there's
chemical reactions.
There's different places in the world that have, different types of stones, and I think that they just find this onyx a lot there.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Nature is amazing, and so are you.
Yeah.
Thanks for opening your
one more
mini
thing.
museum to us. Holy shit! What is
That's
that?
awesome.
That's a fossil.
It's the golden spiral.
Yeah.
What kind of fossil?
I forget what they're called.
Those are ammonites, right?
This is not the ammonite. This is a different
type.
A different one. Yeah.
It's
It's like a nautilus shell.
Yeah.
I like
amazing.
That's awesome.
You got so much cool stuff in here.
Yeah. And then so like the bottom layer is kind of the sea stuff.
Yeah, that's a starfish, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Starfish. Two
And,
starfish.
like, driftwood. This is a
Crab claw.
A turtle fetish out of onyx that my friend gave me. These are
Abalone, right?
These are abalone shells or mussels. I think they're mussels, but this
With
is
some barnacles.
barnacles on them. And those I just found at the sea once.
Those ginkgo leaves.
Those are ginkgo leaves.
Tight.
Oh yeah, let's do that real quick.
Let's do what?
I guess we don't have to.
Oh, the leaves?
Yeah.
No, that'd be a great way to end the broadcast.
Okay. I pressed some leaves the other day.
You've pressed some leaves? Okay.
Oh, so I was sorry. So I keep jumping around. This was kind of my idea was like sea
Seafloor.
land, and air.
Oh.
It's kind of changed, but this has like the
Feathers.
robin's egg and the bee stuff.
That's cool. I guess I didn't realize that.
And like, yeah.
I like that.
That's awesome.
What you got there?
So this is just a big book.
Okay.
And I had it under some other big books stacked.
Pressing them down nice
on
and
a
smooth.
table. Yeah. And I just pressed some leaves in here. So
Oh shit! Can I get a drum roll, please?
yeah, so I just found some really pretty
Whoa.
fall leaves and I just
Kinda cool.
pressed them in a book. So I could either frame these or we could use them in an art project or we could put them in the mini museum.
Nice.
So those are maple leaves.
Maple leaves.
Those are more maple leaves.
That's awesome.
But the
Such
color
beautiful
of those,
colors, yeah.
And when you press them, the colors kind of stay.
That's so cool.
A big oak leaf, some
Nice.
kind of other, I don't know what this was.
I love seeing the little veinage. The xylem or
Look at that color.
the phloem. Just that capillary action.
So fucking
And then these
awesome.
are all the ginkgo leaves I did.
And sometimes they disintegrate a little bit, or
Yeah, or they'll like.
well, it's just a little tiny guy.
Yeah, they're just tinies.
Ginkgo biloba.
Yeah, ginkgo's really like good for a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I see it. I see it written on products sometimes.
Yeah.
Now with ginkgo.
So yeah, you can just do that with like any big fat book. You don't even need like a plant press. But they're also really easy to make, plant presses.
Nice. Nice.
This is a mini one,
Oopsie.
mini plant press.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh
and
man.
it's literally just paper cardboard between two. Like I bought this, but you can make them like really easily.
Yeah, it looks like just a screw and some wing nuts.
And most people,
A piece of wood.
if
Drill some
they're
holes.
a person that saves things, if they press things, they might have a plant press that's like huge.
Nice.
But I've always, you can always, books are just fine. Books are just fine for pressing stuff.
Well, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it has been so fun to just hang out. Come here, honey. Come on in the shop. It's been really fun to hang out with y'all on the Tomorrow Show, episode 7. We're really grateful and thankful for all the support we received from the community, from the Hope for Us Network. Giving Tuesday, don't forget, it's just 2 days away, and you don't have to wait to make your fundraiser on your socials. But any fundraiser helps the network start the year off, the first full year of their existence, with some funding for programming, make some changes in our community, and continue to connect the dots and help people. So 132 is how many people we lose to suicide each day on average in America. So you can start with a fundraiser of $132, or you can pick another number that's important to you. Every little bit helps, and it's really easy to do on Facebook. It's really easy to do on Instagram, and there's lots of ways you can raise money on Twitch as well. So thank you all for tuning in. Any parting words?
No, thank you.
Thank you, network. You're the best, and keep on talking about the things that get you through this. And Winnie says goodbye to you. Bye, y'all, and we'll see you in a few weeks for the Tomorrow Show.
Thanks, everyone.